Welcome back. In this video, we're gonna do something a little bit different. We're gonna look at the teachings of Jesus and the Bible when it comes down to manifestation. What did Jesus and the Bible taught us that can help us manifest more abundance, more love, more unity, more of what we desire in our life? And this is something I'm truly excited about, because when I look at the Bible through our psychological drama or through our metaphorical reference, that has a lot of wisdom, a lot of teaching that can really help us navigate our life, create the life that we deserve, and become more and achieve more of our full potential. It is full of resources, and I personally love the interpretation that Neville Goddard or Joseph Murphy or some of those amazing teachers out there have done on the Bible, and how they explain it and how we can apply so many of those teachings in our life and live phenomenal lives as a result. And today I'm going to share a couple of passages, a couple of key teaching that I believe is the foundation to manifestation and that can really be a game changer in your life. So let's go. And I want to start with this passage from Mark 11:24, which I think sums up the whole manifestation process so well. Whatever you ask in your prayers, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. Now, how else can you explain the whole manifestation, creating the life that you desire, any simpler than that? It's so powerful and so simple, and I've made a lot of video recently on the power of prayer and the power of the mind and how to visualize and how to manifest. But simply put, this is the whole process. When you close your eyes and you create a picture of what it is that you want in your life, and you believe that it's done, you immerse yourself in that picture until you get that feeling, whether you feel appreciative or grateful or happy or ecstatic, and you feel grateful in that imaginal act that you already have received that thing that you want. That's the whole manifestation process right here, right there, because the feeling, you see, the feeling is the key. The feeling is what is the seed, and that seed holds the blueprint for the manifestation of that desire. The challenge is that the manifestation process is actually easy. The technique is easy, but it's what we do after that that mess up, delay, and tricks us in the process. So let me tell you what I mean by that and why so many people get it wrong. And Jesus tells us to seek first the kingdom of heaven, and the kingdom of heaven is within us. And so when we close our eyes to the world, and when we imagine, and when we are grateful in advance, and we feel that we already have what we want, we are in fact reaching that kingdom of heaven where all the abundance that we desire is, and it's manifesting in the now through our feeling. And like I said, that feeling holds the blueprint that will allow you to create it in this physical world if you can maintain that feeling, if you can maintain that state of consciousness that you created in the act of praying, in the act of acquiring that state. The challenge is that we get attached. We get attached to what we want, and we want now, and we want to touch it, and we're going to feel it. And if we cannot experience it physically, our state just snaps, and we go into lack, we go into wanting, we go into desiring and forcing and trying to manipulate our ways, trying to figure out how and when and who and what is going to bring it to us, what we need to do. And so we start to obsess, and we start to lose that state, because now when we are in a state of lack, in a state of wanting, in a state of neediness, we're in a very different state. We no longer have captured the kingdom of heaven, that feeling that holds the blueprint. Now we're in a different state, and it holds a different blueprint, and it's going to bring different results to us. And then we become conflicted and frustrated, and we forceful, and we try to wonder why are things not happening to us. But you have to realize that this is an ego game, because our ego likes to identify with the desire that we want. So if you want a special partner, if you want a $10,000, if you want a new job, if you want whatever you want, you associate and you project all kind of things and emotional qualities on those things. Oh, when I get my special partner, I'll be so loved and happy and joyous. So when I make that money, I'll be financially secure, I'll feel safe, I'll feel good. So we project those things, those emotional needs that we have, that happiness that we seek, that unity, that love, that abundance, on those things, people, places, time, that are all outside of us. And so in respect, what we do is that we give away the kingdom of heaven on those things. and all our power. So we seek the kingdom of heaven outside of us in our desperate attempt to get what we want, simply because we're not able to detach and let go of the desire. Because the mind, again, the ego thinks that if I let go of the desire, I'm never going to have it. And so then there is that fear of loss that kicks in, which makes you hold on, grab more, force more into the process of manifesting. But we have to realize that in the moment where you close your eyes and you're grateful, and you feel the feeling that it is yours right here, right now, that is the process of manifestation, because it's only happening in the now, because now is the point of power. No other time exists. And it's how you feel in the now, it's what you become. So as you release the desire, because if you have it, you no longer have the desire for it. And let me say that again. If you already have it, you no longer have the desire for it. All you have is the feeling, is the joy, is the happiness, is the gratitude. And so this is why letting go of the desire is so important, because you release all form of resistance. And the Bible says, be ye transformed by the renewal of your mind. Not by the $10,000, not by the special partner, not by things manifesting outside of you, but by your state of consciousness. And you maintaining that feeling in the now is what's going to bring you down on track to create all those things that you desire. But that requires a great deal of discipline, but also a great deal of understanding of how the process of manifestation works. At the source is your state of consciousness, that energy that you created from that prayer, from that visualization, from that accepting that desire is already here and now. And the way you know it's here and now is on how you feel. If you're not tapped in on the feeling, it means that your manifestation, your state is not there. And so, of course, you don't have to remain in that state the whole day, all the time, because that will be massive pressure on yourself, and it's not needed. But it's also to acknowledge that it is done, and to let go, and to just go about your day in a state of mind that is happy, that is as best as you can, without obsessing, without noticing, without trying to analyze why are not things coming in your way, but simply remaining aligned with what you want and the feeling that it created in you. Really knowing and embracing that the power is between you, and that as long as you remember that you have the power and that the kingdom of heaven is all within you, that everything stems from the way you feel, and that nothing outside of you can make you feel alive. But the society tells us that, through marketing and advertisement, that everything is outside of you, and that new collagen lotion or that new iPhone or that new thing is the key to make you happy and successful and good. And if you don't have it, something's wrong with you. And so we are accustomed to find things outside of us to make us feel good. And the ego tricks us again and again and again in that trap of, when I have it, then I'll be happy. When I'm in a relationship, then I'm happy. When I have clients, when I have money, then I'll be finally happy. Then I can open my heart and be more loving and more abundant and more all of this. But the process of manifestation, you are the cause of it. And if your state of consciousness is not aligned with what you want, you're going to keep on creating results that are incongruent with what you truly desire. And that is something so important to understand. And finally, I want to leave you with this last passage that I think truly sums up wonderfully well what we're talking about. And that is in Matthew 13:11. And it says like this: for those who have, more will be given to them. And for those who have not, even what they have will be taken away from them. And I think it's truly powerful, because when you understand this passage, and when you understand everything through the lens of what I just talked about, when you have a consciousness of having, meaning when you close your eyes and you tap into that feeling of having and being grateful, you have a consciousness of having what you desire. And that consciousness, that state of having, more will be given to you, because it's aligned, because it's what you're vibrating, because it's what you're attracting. But if you go in that state and then you're out for the rest of the day and you spend your day in lack, in not having, in trying to obsess, in neediness, you will lose what you have. Why? Because again, your state is always objectifying itself. And so the universe, God or source or whatever you want to call it, is fair because it only gives you what you are aware of being at any given moment. And that's why the point of power is now. Because as you embrace the feeling in the here and the now, and just remain committed to that, committed to the person, to the inner talk of already having what you want, and you release that obsession, that need to have it or not have it. And when you know when you let go of the desire, when it doesn't matter whether it happens or not, that's the sweet spot. Because you simply trust that the feeling is all you need to make it happen, because the feeling holds the seed, holds the blueprint for the manifestation of your desire, and the how will present itself to you. So again, tune out of that rat race, of that hamster wheel of always seeking what you want and feeling good when things happen. Instead, reverse the process. Be grateful, have the feeling, and it will be added onto you. Let me know what you think. If you want more of this kind of video, guys, comment down below. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Be well.